catches my eye. And when I put it on YouTube,
Okay.
then YouTube will transcribe it for me. So
Yes.
I don't see any reason to have it in the chat there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are recording. All right. So what do we have to talk about, or is it just a matter of me pulling up your paper?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that? We can just go through it, or?
Yeah. But I would like to get your advice for my applied study, and I try to complete my study in this week, but I was so tired to and complete, and I was so busy, but I had to uh, write the paper. Yeah, so and had to think more and more for complete the paper. So I am now where I am in not finish my applied study, but I will finish it until Sunday or Monday and submit it. Yes,
Okay.
but on this before submitting, I would like to send you the final version, and would like to uh, get your comment or approval for my
What did you
study.
send me? I thought you sent me that. Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah, you sent me.
Yeah, I sent you my applied.
Oh, the consent forms. Oh, no, wait. You did send it. So what are you saying?
Oh, I emailed. I attached. Yeah. So, but that's not completed
Not
version.
complete. So you just want me to check on it?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, now I saw your thing about the signature. So on your, you on the site permission form, and what that means, because I saw your comment, is your principal or somebody had to have given you permission to conduct that study, unless you're doing something online, and then there's nobody to ask. But anyway, so that's the form that needs to be signed, is the principal saying, I will let you, the consent. And so UO people calls them both consent forms, which I don't like, because it's a site permission form, that's from your principal. It's an informed consent, that is from your participant. So I don't need signed permission, signed participant forms. I just need a blank one of those.
So can I type?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and the parent consent form.
Yeah,
that's type.
Like I say, they call the permission form informed consent.
Yeah.
And then they call the participant form, I think, conform consent or something, I don't know. But anyway, I need a letter. So let me just open it. Let me just open what you email me. I don't need to share it necessarily, but
I don't think my way is right, because all the letter was signed.
Okay. Okay. The only one that needs to be signed in your report is the permission from your principal.
Yeah. But and
that would just be that one letter. So the participant forms, I don't need everybody's participant forms. I just need a blank one to show what did you have these people sign.
Yeah. So
let me pull it up. It's opening. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, appendix. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so let's see, principal consent, that's the only one I need, so that's perfect. And then
Oh,
I don't
yes.
need all the parent consent,
Ah,
just a blank one. So yeah, I mean, that's fine that they're there,
oh,
but the reason we
Okay.
don't put those is whoever reads this paper would have somebody's name.
uh,
So, and yeah, I had 167. So
ah,
yeah,
really? Eh?
so
Oh,
you can take out, so the principal consent is perfect because it's
yeah,
signed. And then
yeah.
just take out all the signed copies of the parent consent and just put a blank one.
Yes, yeah. I can type and post it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Another
Or take a
appendix.
picture. That's fine. Take a picture. That's what you
Okay.
do.
Oh, thank you. And
Then Appendix B and Appendix C. Okay. Good. Yeah,
like,
looks good so far.
yeah. How about my table?
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, let's see. What? Okay, so let me just go back to the table of contents.
Ah,
Okay, tables. Wait. Okay, now in your, do you mind if I share this? Do you mind if I share your paper?
pardon.
Do
Yeah,
you mind?
yeah, yeah.
I think it'd be easier to talk about. Okay, so somewhere in here, can you see your
Yeah.
paper? Can you see your
Mm,
paper? All
yeah,
right, so
yeah, yeah.
somewhere in here, okay, so how you would put Appendix A, okay, and Appendix
Yeah.
B, somewhere in here you need table 1, 2, and 3.
Ah,
So, and where it'll take them to the table. So,
table
yeah,
needed to
so
be.
like, wherever the table is, whatever page. So what we usually
Ah,
do, I don't know if it's gonna let me, I won't mess it up because it's not gonna save.
ah,
But what we
you.
do, here we go, is you go, whoa, that's your abstract. Where am it's
Yeah.
taking a, I think I just spaced down. Okay, so what you'll do is here, okay, for example, you would write
Ah,
list of tables, okay? And so you'll go table, whoops,
ah.
table 1, and then whatever
Yeah.
page number it's on, with
Oh,
all these little
yeah.
dots.
Ah,
So I'm gonna make up a page. Whoops.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yes. I will
okay.
do it.
Yeah, say it's on 28. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can do it.
Okay, and then that way, well, when
Mm.
it's hyperlinked, I could just go straight to that table. Because if I read your abstract and I get, well, sorry, if I read your abstract,
Yeah.
which
It's
you'll
blank.
add, and I go, oh, this paper seems really good to me. That's exactly what I need. And then I
Oh,
go
thank
down
you.
here
Thank you. Thank
and I
you.
say, I'm going to see what her data said. And I'll go, boom, straight to table 1.
Uh,
So put that in your
table. Yes.
doing. So let's see if I can find table 1. Yeah. Okay. So, so tables in APA.
Yeah.
Look like that. So I
Ah,
think we talked about this last week. Yours is not a challenging table. So what you'll have okay, so it's going to look like this. So table 1, and then you'll say it's okay, so here, pre-test or first test, whatever you want to call it.
ah,
You don't need that. What you'll put is student number.
ah,
Well,
yeah.
up here, student number, pre-test one, what are they called? Pre-test one, post-test one. You won't have all this other stuff. And then you'll have student one, you'll have the number one, and then you'll have 50. Should have looked at that. And okay, so you'll have the number one for student one, and then you'll have 50 and 100. Two,
Yeah.
whatever. So you're not going to have all this stuff. This will be gone from your table. And then you'll put a note that says, you know, this. And I've got a cat in the way, so, oops. Typing around cats is times challenging here. Okay. It's going to be funny on the recording. What is she doing? Okay. This table represents the scores of parents in their pre-test and oops.
Represent the score.
Score is 100. And then so now 25. Okay, so let's see. Average. Okay, good. Standard. Oh, wow, that's super. Look at that. The difference in the standard deviation, because that means somebody really didn't know what they were doing and somebody really knew what they were doing. And here, they all have similar knowledge. That's very good. And then now, so minimum means what? Minimum score?
Yeah, but minimum. I
Wow,
mean,
so let's say lowest. Or so somebody scored a 40. That was the lowest score on the first one. Is that what you're saying? Somebody scored a 40.
40. It's I think lowest score. Yeah.
And then the lowest score in the post test was a 90. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. My
Well, yeah. Okay, but that's what they mean. Okay, so 25th percentile.
Yeah.
Maximum. Okay, so I don't think you need that. We all know that a 100 is the highest score. Is that what that means? The maximum? Is this the maximum a kid scored? So somebody on the pre-test scored a 100?
No, 아닌데.
Let's see. Yeah, somebody scored a 100. Okay, so let's. Oh, she's right on the keyboard. So let's make this highest score. I'm not gonna be able to type it. Let's make that highest score. And that might actually could go above. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me just move it. Okay, there she goes. All right, so highest.
Highest.
Okay, and that, like I say, you might want to move that here, maybe change, highest score, move it up to here, but that's fine. But that's remarkable right there. That's super. Okay, and then second test. Okay, so what you'll want to do is the students took a. Okay, I don't understand, why would they take a second pretest?
Yes.
Or was that a second group?
No, not second group. Before during learning, how can I say? Pretest means before taking the contents.
The intervention?
Yeah.
So did they took a test and you started your intervention and they took a second test, and then you stopped the intervention and they took a test, and then they took another test later or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So, let's see. 3 pre-tests and post-tests. Because each round. So they must have taken 6 tests throughout the intervention. Okay, so we're not going to call it a post-test then. We're just going to call it, well, pre-test you could, and that's afterward. Okay, second test. So this is just another test. Is this another group? Why would they drop down to a 40?
It means it's a new content. It was new content.
Okay. So that's fine. So that's
yeah.
what you're going to put in your note. So
Yeah,
students took a pre-test on content. The first test after intervention. Okay, so something like that. Okay. And then you're going to say that exact same thing.
Thank you.
So yeah, you're going to do that. Okay. Because we always have a note, even if our table is pretty self-explanatory, we always have a note.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, all right, now here, you're going to say, somebody still doesn't get it. Somebody's struggling. Yeah, so this kid, which is fine. That's what you're, when you look at that, you go like, oh, wait a minute, I got an issue. Because there should not be that much of a difference between kids, right? And then here, wow, big improvement. So whatever, the first and second, whatever, but so you go, okay, so that one kid, and you could do that by looking like, gee, that's an outlier, right? But the standard deviation is more precise and even just gives you a better idea of the spread. So there are a few kids who obviously didn't catch on like everybody else.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so use this formatting in terms of looks, but like I said, you have table 1, pre and post test, student number, pre-test, post-test, the number 1, 50, 100. You don't need table spanner, okay? And you won't have this section either. You'll just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on down.
Oh, you mean I have to change my table?
Yeah, because it's not formatted correctly. It still explains. I mean, it's not that your table's confusing. Now that we've added that note, okay, but it's just not formatted correctly. So it just you don't put in the grid lines. You only have that line.
It's difficult for me.
Yeah, it's okay. You only have that line, and then you have your note. So, I mean, your tables make sense, which is good, right?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, is that the reader can look at your notes. This is more what you'll have. Table 3, pre-test compared with post-test, student number. Now, here's where they have mean and standard deviation, but you did that for the whole thing. So what you'll have is student number, pre-test, post-test, and then if you want to tell that student's individual standard deviation, that's fine. But for your purposes, I think exactly what you have is fine.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah, I think what you have is fine. It's just not formatted correctly.
Okay. You mean I I don't need to change my table.
No, that's fine for me. I mean, it's,
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah, you did a good job. You did a good job. Just make it look like that. Okay.
Mm.
And here, notice I'm on Purdue OWL.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's, you can go to Purdue OWL, or you can go to
Yeah.
APA style, or
Yeah.
APA style, either one.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
There's
Thank
Shibu.
you, Dr. Wolf.
Let's see, Shibu, you are here 2 times. In case you
Yeah.
weren't aware of that. So, how are you? Kind of looks like an alien. Shibu, are you visiting us from outer space? I don't know if he has headphones, or I can see headphones, but maybe not the ability to talk.
Oh.
So if you want to type in the chat, you can. That's fine. You should have access. Michael, how are you doing? Anything you want to talk about?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Just that I would like to do some inquiries on the project. With the chapters, I would like to know whether each chapter starts with on a different page, on a different page, or it follows immediately after the next without spacing under the next under the end of the next chapter.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what I'm sorry. Usually I'm looking at you and it helps me understand what you're saying. So just slow down a little bit, maybe. I'm sorry.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that with the chapters, are they all starting on a new page, or it continues immediately under the previous page?
Oh, which section? So you're going to have 3 sections in the proposal. You're going to have the introduction, literature review starts on its own section, and then I think it's
Methodology.
research procedure or something like that. So you're going to have, let's just look at her paper, make sure I'm right. So one section is introduction, and that goes all the way through significance of the study. Literature review starts a brand new section, and then methodology starts a brand new section. So you have 3 parts, and then your references. So in the template is going to be, as the section has all caps. So that's what tells you, oh, this is a new section.
Okay. And also, once we are ending up with the chapter 3, which is the proposal section, are we supposed to also repeat the templates of the chapter 4 and 5, probably the discussion and the
I don't care. Whatever's easiest for you. You can take it out or you can leave it in. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
but
I just
after
wanted to
all that would be, the references. And then if you've already gotten your site permission letter signed, you can put that in. Go ahead and put it, but you don't have to.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't care if you leave it in or take it out. Whatever works for you.
And how do I put the site permission in there? Because is it an appendix where I have to wait for it to be there?
Yes. So it's going to be labeled Appendix A, and that's the first thing that should go. Appendix A is your site permission letter, because I have to know you had permission to do it. Otherwise, it doesn't count. So Appendix A, I got permission to do this. Okay. And then after that, it's not really a big deal. Usually, Appendix B is your blank informed consent. And then after that, it's whatever you have. I put a
Okay.
list, I think. Oh, I believe in the course forum, I put a list of what you should have at the end of 5910. So I usually say, hey, whatever you have, go ahead and put it in there, and then you don't forget. I thought I did that last week. Items needed for your final submission. Yeah, so shows to you. Okay, so all these things, right? So can you see how I have a list of tables? That's its own little section in the table of contents. Okay.
Okay.
And then reference, okay, and then Appendix A, informed consent. That's the site permission.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's out of order. Okay, I thought I fixed that last time. Okay, this, yeah, I swear I corrected this last week. Apparently I did not. Okay, and yeah, I'll fix all that. And so yeah, I lost my little, what happened to my plus sign? So the plus sign means, you know, you got to have this. Like it's its own section, but you got to have it. So
Okay.
So again, absolutely, the first thing is that site permission. After that, you know, you can put them in this order. Or, oops.
Okay.
Oops. Where did I go? Oh, coding. Right. So that's in the course form. But
Okay.
I don't, you know, I don't need any of this stuff for 5710. I mean 5470. Because you may not
Okay.
have it yet. Okay. Does that help?
Okay. Yes, please. It really helped.
Good. Somebody waiting to come in. Oh, Shabu, yes. Now, see, I've been pronouncing it Shibu. I don't know if that's right because you never corrected me, so I'm going to guess it's right.
Okay.
Yeah, Shibu. Wait, I think you're trying to talk, but we can't hear you. So if you would like to put something in the chat, you can do that. I don't know if you're on your phone, if you can find the chat, but we cannot hear you. Oh,
Oh.
I heard a squeak.
Okay.
Is that a little train or a bird? Michael, is that coming from you? Is that a bird?
Yeah. It's a siren.
Oh, a siren.
It's a siren.
That's an interesting siren.
Yes.
Okay. Is that a police car? Is that what's making that? Or?
No. It's a siren for a vendor selling ice creams.
Oh, okay.
A vendor selling ice cream on a
Well, why don't you
bicycle.
run and get us all some ice cream? Chase the ice cream man. I haven't seen an ice
Yes.
cream truck in a long time. I don't have that many kids in my neighborhood, but
Oh,
we used to
really?
have one, and boy, Mom, give me some money, you know, and go running out. I've got to have ice cream.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. probably one thing I would like to know is that probably if I'm able to get a consent from the principal and add it to it, and also moving forward, I think this could be our last meeting. And planning towards the next semester and all the headache that goes on there, can we get a briefing on probably what to expect?
Okay, say that last part. This is our last meeting and what?
Like with our last course, we will be entering into the 59th, and I think for us to have an idea of what to expect and how to really get to know before really get starting the term, because there are times at every first week of every term there is that feeling of not knowing what to do, and all of a sudden you just get a lot of assignments and you have to run around looking for information here and there. So at least when you have an idea within the vacation, we can at least do some research around or prepare our minds and how to get ready for the next semester. Because I've realized that research, and probably the one we are about to enter, is only course that involves more reading, more thinking, and more writing than all the courses we've all done. So probably a briefing.
Okay, so but it's different reading and writing. Okay, so in your courses we were trying to prepare you for this moment, right? So yeah, we had you reading all these articles and books and writing these papers. In 5470, the reading is, I mean, you're done with that. What you're doing now is sections at a time, getting ready to conduct that study. So your reading and writing in 5910 is all focused on that study. So I don't know that there's really a lot of reading. I don't know, Hyun, you can, there's not a lot of reading in 5910 except reading your results, reading your, if you like, oh shoot, I don't know how to do this or what, then you go find what you need. We provide you some things in 5910, but they're, here's how you format a literature review or whatever. So there is writing, but we don't give you things to write about. Except, there are, I think, 4 discussion forums where we're asking you a question, but the question is all focused on your study. So there's not a lot of reading in 5910, except you're reading your own results. Hyun, would you agree with that? We don't give you a lot of assignments to read.
Okay. So that means okay. Please continue. I'm listening.
Yeah. But the problem I have with 5470 is, or up to 5910, we don't really give you any instruction in statistical analysis. So we as instructors, I think probably most of us give you information on how to conduct the analysis, because like Hume did, she calculated, for example, the standard deviation, because that's a basic part of analysis. What's your spread? But we don't tell you that, right? You figure it out, or we, as instructors, we should be telling you. So that's the reading I would recommend you do over your break. Well, you're going to start your data collection probably, but if you have some time, start looking at those resources I provide about, hey, here are some good videos for Pearson correlation, for your t-test, for your standard deviation, because and most colleges are like that. My dissertation, my doctoral program, nothing about analysis. I had to do that on my own. I got a buddy who went to University of South Florida, same thing. He had to stop and take a statistics class and then come back because they just don't teach you that unless you're a math major, I guess. But anyway, that's what I would recommend you do over your break. As you're doing if you're doing your data collection, great. You can start once your proposal's approved. But also start learning that statistics. Those because that's what tells the reader that your results are true. So Hune could say, look, Duolingo works. And I'm going, so you say, but if you show me this analysis, I can't disagree. Or you find, oh, you know what? It wasn't really that significant. So maybe this intervention worked a little bit, but not that much. That's what that analysis tells you. And so for Hune, she can see that it worked because you can see how that the scores increased. Now, did they increase because of Duolingo? So that's the rest of what she's done.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's great. I understand you. Just that I asked the question because I am hearing capstone and research, and they are two different words in the same final course. That is why. Okay.
I'm sorry, I did not catch that. You got to remember,
okay.
I'm an American. I'm a Southern. I'm from the South. Accents are hard for us. So unless they're our accent, right, we can understand each other. But so I want to make sure I'm catching what you're saying. So can you say that again?
Okay, I understand. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that perhaps I was trying to find out whether the capstone and that of the research we are doing, the next part of it, is it the same or they are probably different altogether? Capstone is looking at probably all that we've done throughout our entire course, and also is a continuation of the proposal we've written in the same course. So in the 5910, for instance, probably I'm seeing it as the ending of the research and also the compilation of all that we've done for capstone.
Correct. So for example, 5240 is the positive classroom climate or something like that. So you learned some things in there that hopefully fed into your intervention. So when you're developing your intervention, you're like, oh yeah, I got to keep this positive classroom environment. Or 5270 or 80, whichever you took, instructional strategies. When you're developing your intervention, you're going, okay, it needs to be constructivist, and it needs to be, there needs to be some kind of discovery learning, whatever it was. All the classes you took should help you develop an intervention that's most effective. And that's why teachers who don't have a master's, nothing against them, unless they've done a lot of professional development, don't have the comprehensive knowledge to design their own interventions. They just try something that they maybe read about or heard about, and they put it in their room, and hey, it worked. Like my example of reading to students after recess to get them calmed down. I'm going to try. I did that. I had a class that, God bless them, came back from lunch, and they're a bunch of sixth graders, and in the cafeteria, and then they come back and bring their disagreements into the classroom. And I was like, what can I do? And so I just started reading to them. Well, I think the reading coach said, here, why don't you try reading to them? I said, okay. And it calmed them down, but it didn't dispel the disagreements, because once we stopped reading, everything came back. They were all mad at each other again. So, you know, and that's probably because I hadn't fully developed an effective intervention. I just threw something at them. But maybe we could, you know, and I don't know, I haven't done any research on it because I'm a classroom, but you know, maybe there should have been a follow-on group activity to get them back together as in little groups, but focused. Hey, you're responsible. You know, 5 minutes. Y'all got to, you know, summarize what we read, or so, I don't know, but that's what all these classes have fed into, you developing your intervention to make it most effective. So yeah, the capstone is, we hope you took away good information from these 13 classes that you had to take, or 10, whatever it is. And then you're putting it all together to show me as the instructor that you have developed into a master of your craft. That's what a master's degree means. You are supposedly a master of your craft, because you have way more information than you know, regular undergrad teacher.
Yeah.
Does that make sense,
Really?
Michael?
Yes, yes, it really makes sense because it's a lot.
And that's why
it's really a lot.
It is a lot. And that's why we ask you to keep that Evernote portfolio or some kind of portfolio, because you should be going back into that portfolio and saying, oh, what was it we learned about in 5010 oh man, it was something really good. And we ask you to go back in that portfolio. And if you have everything stored or organized in a meaningful way, instead of just putting stuff in there.
You're
Right?
right.
If you have it organized and you can go like, oh yeah, I can go back in because I remember something about whatever you're looking for. That's why we have you keep that portfolio. Otherwise, you're starting from scratch and you're looking for information that you had, but you didn't keep it. Or you can't find it because you didn't organize your.
You're right. Yeah.
So Shaibu, I see your hand up, but we can't hear you. And I know you're off mute, but we can't hear you. Let me make sure. I don't think I have you muted. I would. People. Let's see. People. Mute. No, I don't have you muted. Can you? I know you've got a really good question. Can you access the chat so you can type it in? If you up at the Hugh, can you see the chat? I want to make sure everybody can see it. I can see it. See the word chat next to the word people?
No.
So let me share my screen. Sometimes I'm not sure Teams lets guests see the chat, but you should have a button here that says chat, and you can type into it. But if you're a guest, you may not be able to type. So I don't know. But I don't know what to do for you because I can't hear you. If you can't see the chat and you want to send me a message in the course room or email, I'll get it, and then I can join.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
I do want to help you. Okay, so Hugh, you're gonna. So you sent me okay, so that paper, do I still need to look at it? Or since we looked at it together, is there more that you want me to look at?
But
Or was it just the tables
yeah, just the table.
and
I
the
think so.
forms?
Yeah, I try to figure out and meet all the feature to meet the rule, and so I think the another but how about my reference page? So, when I click the APA 뭐라 그러지 이걸? And is it okay? They are okay? Reference page.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna share because I see something right away. I
Hello,
really
hello.
appreciate. We got him. Hey, there you are. All right. Okay, let's see what he needs. Yeah. So
Hello,
now
Doc.
I'm
I have
gonna.
some few questions to ask.
Okay, Shabu. It's first. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Is it Shaibu or Shabu?
It's Shaibu.
Okay. Hey, see. Okay. All right. So
My first question is that the syntax.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
The previous assignment, when I reference when I write and I make inside citation, especially somebody has referenced the author of that particular idea, I started with cited in. Then later on, you advise that I should always use as cited in. But my final, the week 7 assignment, you
Hey, sorry.
I know what he's asking. Yeah. You're talking about as cited in. Shabu, are you
yes,
talking about?
please.
Yeah. So when you read a study and the author says Hume's study said this. Okay. So in your citation, you say Hume, and then in parentheses, the year that she said it, comma, as cited in Wolf, or whatever you're actually reading. So Hume becomes a secondary source because you didn't actually see what she said. Jennifer said, Hume said, kids are terrible. But you didn't read Hume, so did she really say kids are terrible? And you take her word. You take Jennifer's word. So we don't actually like those secondary sources. What we want you to do in that study that you're reading is go to their references and then go look at what Hume really said herself. That's not always possible because if you can't access whatever Jennifer said, whatever article Hume wrote, you can't access it because it's out of print or it's behind a firewall of some kind. So you just have to trust Jennifer. So you say, as cited in Jennifer, comma, 2024. And what that tells the reader is, number one, I don't really know if Hume said that. And number two, if Hume didn't say that, it's really Jennifer's fault. Because she said Hume said it. And that's why we don't really like secondary sources, because we're trusting Jennifer that Hume really said that. In your references section, you reference me, Jennifer, not Hume, because I'm just saying this little comment that Hume made, but you read my study, not Hume's study, so you're going to reference me. Is that what you're asking? Should I be? Is that what you wanted? Is that what you're asking? Is that, Shaibu, is that what you wanted to know? We might be frozen for him.
Yeah, you are so short.
Shaibu, can you hear me? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, Ken, and look at your paper because I saw something right away that you and another student are doing. So it's okay. It's okay. All right. All right. So your references are backward. Okay. So this line.
Doc.
Are you back? All right. You're back. Okay. There you are. Okay.
Doc, it's like you didn't get my question well. Say for instance, you are the originator of that idea. Then Michael cited you. So in the text citation, I wrote Jennifer into brackets 2024 as cited in ADO.
Not in the reference.
2024.
Not in the reference.
This was what my previous assignment, that was what you advised I should be doing. But the week 7 assignment, I used the same style, and you painted, you highlighted the lesson as, meaning that I should remove it from. I should remove it from that particular distance. So I don't understand why the previous one I was using it. You advised I should use. I was using it, and then the week 7 assignment, I used it, and you highlighted it.
So I noticed what you had done is you dropped, the only thing I fixed, you had, and I'm pulling up your paper here, you dropped the word as. That was the only issue, and I'm trying to find one here because I noticed that now, does it kill your paper that you didn't put the word as? No, because we know what that means. But it's not correct if you don't have the word as. So, okay, so here I'm going to share this little section, and I think I know exactly what you're talking about, because like I said, I noticed you dropped the as that you had before. Okay, so let's see. So here you did it correctly. You said Webb and Cox, 2004, as cited in. Okay. What did I say? Oh, and that's correct. But you had some, because I typed it in red. Let's see. Well, there you did it correctly. Okay, here. You didn't have as. Yeah, you had this, and all I did was just added it back. So that is correct. So what you're telling me here, you read Soma's paper. Soma quoted Garavaglia. You didn't actually read Garavaglia. You read Soma. So you're trusting Soma that Garavaglia actually said whatever, that 21st century tools modify traditional learning. So this is correct. If you read Soma's study, so what we're going to do is go to your references, and there's the reference for Soma. You should not have a reference for Garavaglia when you don't. So that's exactly correct. You said this person said something, Soma found it and added it to their study, but they said, hey, I'm not saying this. Garavaglia is the one that said it.
Mm.
So that's what you had before. And you got it throughout your paper. So all I did was I just added ads because it's supposed to say
Mm.
ads. Does that answer your question, Shibu?
Mm.
He might be frozen again.
He can't hear.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go back to yours. We'll go back to him if we hear him. Okay. So the first line is flush left. After that, oops. Okay.
Oh.
Sometimes what you have to do, you hit enter. And then
Yeah.
after that,
Ah,
the
yeah.
lines are indented. So here, go back. Here you hit enter, tab.
Yeah.
Go back.
Uh,
Oops. Oops, what did I do? I'm in the wrong spot. Here. Back, enter, tab.
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 Okay, tab. Yeah.
Back,
Okay.
enter. And I've got somebody else is doing that same thing in their references. So if we look at APA style, and references, and then reference examples. And it doesn't matter. They're all like this. Every single journal or every single reference,
Okay.
I don't care what it is. Okay. So that's, yeah, I noticed that. So all these need to be reversed.
Yeah. I will correct it.
So you're going to go back. And then, like I said, you got to hit that enter key or else it'll.
Yeah, I will do it. I understood.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yes,
Did
yes.
we lose Shibu? Darn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Well, I hope I answered his question.
Yeah.
It was funny because I noticed him doing that. And I was like, what happened all of a sudden?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have sore throat. Yes. It's almost
I have a sore throat?
hour. Yeah.
Oh,
Because
I don't feel like I have it's probably because I didn't run this morning. I just woke up and started doing stuff. But when I run in the morning, it wakes me up. So that's probably what it is because it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
I have a scratchy voice. I've had a scratchy like that for 20 years. And the doctor said it's just from teaching, just talking too much. But, but I think today it's because I haven't run. And and my friends kept me out late. We went to a comedy show last night.
Wow, good. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
Sure.
Have a good day.
Okay, so let me just confirm. I don't need to do anything with this paper you emailed me, right? We talked about everything?
Yeah, I think
the table and the forms.
Yeah, I need to be conformed. I don't need to correct the table.
Yeah, and the references, and
And
take out those signed.
Yes,
participant.
Yes, it's just the 3 1.
The blank one.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. See, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Bye bye.
Okay. Have a good night.
Good night. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, Michael, anything else for you?
Bye.
Oh.
Well, the sound is high here, so I'll do the corrections and send it back to you today.
Oh, yeah, no rush. Like I said, by tomorrow is good. It's just so I can.
Okay.
I want to grade over the weekend while I'm, not at work.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much
All right.
for
Have a
everything.
good night.
Same to you. Bye.
Okay.